Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
The views and opinions expressed on Trudging Together are solely those of the host, co-host, and our guests. They do not necessarily reflect the views of any organization, fellowship, or other entity, and definitely not your boss, your neighbor, or that one guy in your home group. The content of this program is not intended to replace medical, psychological, or professional advice. If you're looking for that, please seek guidance from qualified professionals who spent way too many years in school. What you'll hear here is based on lived experience, recovery journeys, and the occasional bad coffee-fueled joke. Trudging Together is not affiliated with any 12-step fellowship. We are simply people sharing our stories and walking this path together, one day at a time. Thank you for joining us, and remember, recovery is serious business, but that doesn't mean we can't laugh along the way.
Trudging Tuesdays. Morning. We're in leisure. Morning, everybody. Oh, going a little early. I have to do a pre-op on my finger. So, woo. My middle finger on my right. So, after next Tuesday, I don't know how it's gonna look. I think my hand's gonna be up here against my chest for a while. I'll probably be in a tourniquet. So I think my finger needs to stay above my heart for like the first week or something like that. So, yep, it's going to make doing this a lot freaking harder. Because I use this finger all day long. I use it so maybe, I'm gonna have to start going lefty here. Oh, dear Lord, that's going to be a bad thing. Not going to be able to do dishes. Not going to be able to do... Yep. My wife will have to do all my chores. I'll figure out a way. I'm too stubborn. I'll just left-hand it. So, yeah. Oh, man. Oh, sticker mule. Yeah. So I got something from Monty Man. Got a present from Monty Man. Got it last night. But I'm like, people like to watch other people open stuff for some reason. So I decided to wait. And we're going to do it, well, now. So we're going to see what Monty sent me here. I'm going to need to grab some scissors. And scissors. These are my scissors. Look, he even drew a little Monty Man on the side. Okay, we're gonna do what was the Johnny Carson thing? Right, where he puts it against his head. Right. Yeah. I think I know what it is. Right. These are my favorite scissors. They're electrical scissors, actually. Actually, they're scissors for doing telephony. You can cut your cable with it and things like that. I gotta get them sharpened though. All right. They're like $30 and they'll last you forever and a day, and they cut through everything except when they're dull and it has to cut through, So fragile, handle with care. That just reinforces it. I think I know what it is. Like, Dion, please be careful with that those scissors. We'd hate to see you, Man, he wrapped the crap out of this, didn't he? He did. I can't even force it open. There we go. All right. Now we got bubble wrap. Bubble wrap. Bubble wrap. All right. What we got here? Walking Through the Big Book with Chris Schroeder and Monty Man. He was just talking about this on the show yesterday. It's a compilation to the big book. That'll be a good listen. And then I knew it. Yeah, fine. I've been. I'd like to say I've been asking for a coffee cup, but it's been more like blatant begging. Yay, Dion finally got a coffee cup. Got some cards. Oh, cool. I got swag to hand out. He gave me a bunch of these. We'll go ahead and put one on. These are too small. I'll put one on later. Awesome. Thank you, my man. So I got, maybe we'll give these away somehow. All right. Let's put those back in there. We'll get the cup clean. Thank you, Monty. And thank you for the, yeah, hours of fun. And then, of course, a present for my cats, a box. So, cardboard is very good for cats' skin and health, actually. You should keep a lot of cardboard around. Amber can't make it. She's trying to do her job. I did this at a weird time. Welcome, everybody. Okay, we've opened that. I don't have a bunch of time today. I've actually got to hurry this up a little bit. So we're going to stop the jokes. Not stop the jokes, but today's we're not going to do the jokes. We're going to kind of get in to what it is that we are talking about today. And then we're talking about filling that God-sized hole for us coming in, right? Johnny Carson is in the Epstein files. Just kidding, just kidding. A hot topic right now. Hot topic, right? I made a couple decisions for myself last night. One is a personal one that I'm not going to talk about, but yeah, just expect Dion to be in a better mood for the most part. So that's what you can expect. Welcome to Daily Trudge. My name is Dion, otherwise known as the Puerta. See, it's even more fun when I do it that way, the Puerta. All right, if you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. Are you a rewatcher? Are you a rewatcher? So we're gonna be on page 47 of the big book. That's where we're going to land today, and that's where it tells us to go in the whatchamacallit daily reflection, right? So, and where are they going to be talking about? Well, they're going to be talking about good old step number 2. This is probably the last time I cover step 2 for a little bit. I do that on purpose. Sometimes I'll take what the daily reflection is and turn it into something else. It's because most of the AA meetings are going to be about step 2 this month. So, because let's be honest, we get lazy on picking topics. So people are like, well, daily reflection is good. And then you end up with the same topic. All right. Seems cats have found my new stash of bubble wrap. It's my bubble wrap. Hey. I love scaring kitties. All right. So we're going to start on page 46, first full paragraph on page 46 for anybody that would like to follow along. I do that. I used to have a lot of people that followed along at the same time. I don't think I have anybody that does that anymore, but just in case, there's probably going to be like 90% of my rewatchers do that or something, right? Yes, we have agnostic temperament have had these thoughts and experience. Let's make haste to reassure you. We found that as soon as we were able to lay aside prejudice and express even a willingness to believe in a power greater than ourselves, we commenced to get results, even though it was impossible for any of us to fully define or comprehend that power, which is God. Right? On Saturday, see, you can help somebody find their higher power. Help them. Here's the thing. We alcoholics, for some reason, need to give it a name. Maybe it's a people thing. that we need to give this higher power. Well, I don't know what my higher power is, right? And I was helping a guy on Saturday, and I asked him one simple question. I said, do you believe, because he had said some things that led me to believe this. I'm like, do you believe that if you do good things happen? If you do bad things happen? And he's like, that's pretty much my mantra. I'm like, there's your answer. It's karma. Your higher power is karma right now. That's what karma is. Do good things and good things happen. Do bad things and bad things happen. That's literally what karma is. Since that time, this guy's had a smile on his freaking face. He didn't feel like he belonged. Now he does. Now he's a part of the group. He can be a part of. Sometimes we have to give permission to people so that they can take it for what it is. Yeah, it's all right. Much to our relief, we discovered we need to consider another's conception of God. Our own conception, however inadequate, was sufficient to make the approach and to effort a contact with him. For me, I see my higher power like a father figure, because I didn't have a father figure growing up, so that's the one that I chose. He is a father, we are his children, and that's still what I use to this day. That's the line from the big book that I use. Well, I'm a father, and I don't make too hard terms for my children when they ask me for help. Well, if you're a child of your higher power, they're not going to either. Right? Been a while since I heard anything like this, and okay, my higher power has never tested my sobriety. No, he got better things to do than to screw around with Dion. Trust me on that. Okay. It is you who willfully walked down the alcohol aisle. You did that. God did not do that. You made that decision. Okay. You can also make the decision not to walk down it. Okay. God tested my sobriety today. No, he did not. Welcome to life. That's not God testing. God doesn't need to test. He already knows. Why does he need to test you for? All right. So, but here, we alcoholics are tortured by loneliness. And if we don't fill that God-sized hole with God, one of two things will happen. Because you're still gonna want to fill it up. All right. One of two things is gonna happen if you don't search for a higher power and fill it with a higher power. You're either gonna have to go after money, or you're gonna be a 13th stepper. I see it happen all the time. I hear about it all the time. All right. We've had some people come into grassroots, think they're going to be 13th stepping and pulling. Say, no, it doesn't work there. And we don't even have to do anything. They run themselves off because they end up feeling guilty. I'm not kicking people out of AA. So, all right. So, as soon as we admitted the possible existence of a creative intelligence, a spirit of the universe, underlying the totality of things, we began to be possessed of a new sense of power and direction, provided we took other simple steps. We found that God does not make hard terms with those who seek him. To us, the realm is broad, roomy, all-inclusive, never exclusive or forbidding to those who earnestly seek. It is open, we believe, to all men. And there's most of my answer, right? I want you to make it. There's so much room on this broad highway. We're trying to fill it up with more people. I want you to have this. Why? Because I'm selfish. Because I want you to join us. I want you to be a part of. I want you to be able to enjoy what I have been able to enjoy. Otherwise, doing it alone sucks, man. It's not as fun. No. All right. It's like when I do this, when there's at least one person here, it becomes a different daily trudge. When there's nobody here, it's shorter. I don't cover as much because there's nobody here. It's not as enjoyable for me. Doesn't mean I don't do it. Still do it, but it's not quite the same. All right. Because we need each other. When therefore we speak to you of God, we mean your own conception of God. And so he's telling you how to believe. Now, did I tell that guy on Saturday how to believe? No. We did some digging. I asked permission. Absolutely, I did. Right. These are my counseling skills. So I forget I'm a counselor too. Well, was a counselor. I'm still kind of a counselor. Just not legally. Legally according to who? There's no accountability in this fucking field. I could literally print stuff off and people would just believe it. Anyway, I'm just trying to have fun. Didn't quite work out. This applies to other spiritual expressions which you may find in this book. Do not let any prejudice you may have against spiritual terms deter you from honestly asking yourself what they mean to you. Press the reset button on it. In fact, it's going to be, isn't it, the more you know, the harder it might be. The more versed you are in this stuff. Because then people will take little clips out of the Bible and use that to keep them sick. I hear it. I hear people utilize the big book to keep themselves sick. Right? Absolutely, I do. But you got to start somewhere. Start small. Doesn't have to be huge. Doesn't have to be. You don't even have to call them God. Who even knows if that's their name? That's a man-made name. I don't know. And I may be off on something. Maybe somebody knows something. Maybe Jesus came down and said he wants his name to be God. Okay. I don't know. I don't need to know. All right. Give me a second. I swear to God, that whiny cat. All right. Afterward, we found ourselves accepting many things which then seemed entirely out of reach. That was growth. But if we wished to grow, we had to begin somewhere, so we used our own conception, however limited it was. We needed to ask ourselves but one short question: do I believe, or am I willing to believe, that there is a power greater than myself? Are you willing to believe? Do you believe, or are you willing to believe? Right? As soon as a man can say that he does believe or is willing to believe, we emphatically assure him that he is on his way. It has been repeatedly proven among us that upon this simple cornerstone, a wonderfully effective spiritual structure can be built. And it's true. It is true. I built mine. Leisure built his. Now we walk around free men. We are free men and go where we want. I do what I want, which is not entirely true, by the way. Kinda. For the most part, I do what I want, but that is because I want what God wants. That's why it works, because my will is in line with my higher power. So, all right. Thank you again, Monty Man, for the stuff. Check out Take 12 Radio. That is take the letter 12 or the number 12 radio.com. So go check it out. Today is Tuesday. Tomorrow is Leisure Wednesday. You can always check him out at Scott Leisure. You can find him on YouTube. Check out his Wednesday editions. That comes out. If you're lucky, he might even send you the link where you can watch him live. So thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. I love you. You know I do. Peace out. And remember, no one trudges